that creepy enough? That's creepy enough. I think that's creepy enough. All right. Nobody's here yet. It's just me on my own. Guess it is. Here we go. Oh, somebody just popped in. Look, when the DM smiles, it's already too late. Anyway, this was a Father's Day present from my daughter. And this was the other one. Hang on. She was very proud of herself for this. You remember me, the world to remember me as the guy who really enjoyed playing games. It's like board games and tabletop and stuff like that, not like, mind games with people and whatnot. I don't do that. So let's see. All right, kids. It is Monday. It is the 24th of June, and this is Monday Night Nerd World News with your friends at FC3, and I am your host, David Attenborough. Yeah, that works. Right off the bat, what I want to do is talk about the events. I want to remind you we got events coming up starting last week, every Tuesday night at the 585 Rockin' Burger Bar on Pixley Road over by Tinseltown Theater. We are going to be having FC3 game night, Mighty Monkey game night. We're going to be doing game nights. We have a partnership with the 585. So Tuesday nights, usually around 6 o'clock, we'll play games for a couple of hours. Last week it was card games. I believe dice games are coming up. Board games are going to be coming up after that. We're going to have a night of kids games. We'll do some trivia contests, role-playing games. It's going to be a game, basically Tuesday night game night for the foreseeable future at the 585 Rockin' Burger Bar every Tuesday night. So check this out. Monday nights, you've got Nerd World News. Tuesday nights, you've got game night. Wednesdays are podcast days. Thursdays and Fridays, we're working on those now, so we can have the whole week of Mighty monkey business. And also on Tuesdays, Patreon blogs will be put up, and that includes James Irish's video game blog. I'm going to start doing some stuff. I know I've been picking on Tanya to do some stuff, so keep an eye out. We got a lot of things coming. Additionally, on the event calendar, we have July 27th is going to be a big day for us. That is the Minicon. Next Minicon will be July 27th. It's going to be a one-day event this summer. It will be from 10 to 6 at our usual spot, the theater wing at the Greece Ridge Center Mall over by Lollipop Farm and Empire Vision, things like that. And there's a gym over there. I can't remember the name of it because I don't do gyms usually, as you can tell. Look at that. Look at them guns. Pipe cleaners, same thing. So from 10 to 6, we will be having our Minicon on the 27th of July. Dalton Castle, professional wrestler, will be there to sign autographs and take pictures from 12 to 4 that day. And then right at 6 o'clock, so you can leave the Minicon a little early, we give you permission. 6 o'clock at the Rocking Burger Bar, once again, is the cosplay karaoke event that evening. Also, followed by cosplay karaoke, we're bringing in the band Wicked from Utica to play from about 8:30 to midnight-ish. We are going to have raffle. We're going to have dessert table. We're going to have a whole bunch of stuff going on. If you want to sing in the karaoke part of the show, make sure you go to our website and sign up so the DJ who's going to be handling the music knows what you're looking for. It's going to be a first come first serve basis. If you show up and there's no spaces available, unfortunately you won't be able to sing. So make sure you get your 2 cents in ahead of time so that we can hear from you and have you up on stage. It's going to be in the stage area outdoors at the 585. And if the weather turns sour on us, we're all going to head downstairs into the basement party room. So rain or shine, cosplay karaoke followed by Wicked on Saturday, the 27th of July. So those are all of our events right now. Next up on the Hit Parade of Fun, coming up this Wednesday on Monkey Business, we have an interview with cosplayer, gamer, and advocate extraordinaire Christina Ariel. We just recorded it yesterday. We had about an hour-long conversation with her. She's so cool, so awesome, and we had a lot of fun. It was a great interview. We talked about a lot of different things. So that is going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you check that out. So let's check the board here. I see Deanna. I see Chrissy. I see Ellen. I see Jason. I see Peter. I see Ange. I see Terry and Lynn. Good to see everybody on board this evening. Let's see. Dee saying good evening. Chrissy's also saying good evening. Yay, game nights. Absolutely. How you doing, Ellen? And Peter, always good to chat with your brother. So events happen. Podcast is coming out on Wednesday. Tomorrow, I do have James's video game blog. That'll be going up on our Patreon board in the afternoon. When I come home for lunch, I'll get that posted up. And like I said, just keep an eye on stuff going forward. The June bug is in the room. Hey, puppy. Okay, I'm not doing that today. All right. Jules, don't worry about it. She's fine. I'm not worried about it. She's okay. Is she pooping again? She pooped on the floor again. It happens. All right, our top story, David Tennant and Haley Atwell will be starring in a Netflix experimental crime series. To those who have clamored for David Tennant to return to the crime genre since Broadchurch concluded, Netflix sees you, it hears you, and it loves you. To those who have clamored for him to return as the Doctor, sorry, that's still not happening at this point, but you never know. The 60th anniversary is coming up in a couple of years. Anyway, Netflix has something for you coming up. Tennant and Haley Atwell, Peggy Carter, Avengers, Endgame, and Agent Carter will star in Criminal, a Netflix original crime anthology with a couple of compelling twists. The show's 12 episodes will all take place entirely inside police interrogation rooms while unspooling unique crime stories set in 4 different countries, France, Germany, Spain, and the United Kingdom, with 3 episodes per country. What's more, talent from each country will write, direct, and star in their respective episodes, which will produce in the country's native language. Tennant and Atwell will headline the UK series along with Claire Hope Ashady, who was in Children of Men and 7 Seconds, and Youssef Karakour, who was Killing Eve writer George Kay, and She's Out of My League director Jim Field Smith, who created the show, will be writing those episodes. Netflix has yet to announce release date for the series, so you'll just have to be satisfied with the knowledge that a new series is on its way with the 10th Doctor and Agent Carter on board. Let's see, who else is poop happens? Yeah. Avengers Endgame isn't quite done yet. Avengers Reassemble one more time. It's being released in an unabashed bid to top Avatar in the records. If you haven't seen Avengers Endgame, you're in luck. Now you can see it with the extra footage that wasn't in the first release. So what we're doing here is basically the MCU version of the director's cut extended version of Lord of the Rings. So I think what happens is when this movie actually releases, I think when Endgame comes out on DVD, it will be as long as the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. It's possible. All right, so Disney's making one final push to make Avengers Endgame the highest grossing film of all time. According to reports by comicbook.com, who cites Marvel head Kevin Feige as the source, the massive blockbuster will get theatrical re-release Friday, June 28th, with extra footage that wasn't included in its initial release. With no major films debuting, it faces little competition in its quest to dethrone the James Cameron film. We are doing that, quote-unquote, Feige told comicbook.com during a Spider-Man Far From Home press junket in London. He says all this. I don't know if it's been announced. If you stay and watch the movie after the credits, there'll be a deleted scene, a little tribute, and a few surprises. So it's not going to be like a George Lucas cut of a Star Wars movie where they lace in a whole bunch of extra stuff during the movie. It looks like it's all going to be tail end. Endgame did not have originally a tag scene. It looks like it's now getting one. So the additional content in the re-release will likely draw thousands back to the theater. I know I'm going to be one of them. Let's see. And they're going to try and push above the 2.78 billion record for Avatar, which it earned in its release in 2009. Endgame already has 2.74 billion globally since its April 26th release. And of course, when asked for comment, there was none from Disney or Marvel. Check this out. This is kind of cool entertainment news. Any new Doctor Who news? Peter, I'm going to jump the entire script and tell you no, unfortunately, I don't have anything new other than they're in post-production, I believe, on the bulk of Series 12 at this time. So I know that they've been doing filming. I know that a couple of episodes have been wrapped and are going through post-production at this point. I know they are on point for releasing the entire series in early 2020. That's all I have right now. But as always, if I have more, I'll be the first to know because I'll figure it out. And then I'll tell Deanna, who writes all my notes for me. And then I'll tell you guys. So you're going to be like 3rd and 4th and 5th and 6th and 7th and 8th to know. But I trust me on that one. As soon as I hear something, I will let you know. Billy Porter is going to receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Tony Award-winning Kinky Boots originator Billy Porter is among the newly selected icons set to receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Porter is a longtime stage veteran who earned Hollywood acclaim and a Golden Globe nomination for his current turn as Pray Tell on Ryan Murphy's FX series Pose. In addition to his Tony-winning turn as Lola in Kinky Boots, Porter has been seen on Broadway in Shuffle Along, Smokey Joe's Cafe, Grease, Five Guys Named Mo, and Miss Saigon. Really, if you have not gotten a chance to see this man perform in the past, you really, really should take a moment to do so. He is an extreme talent and a lot of fun to watch. Here's a rumor mill for you. A remake of the movie Twins, previously starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. Game of Thrones fans might be seeing an unlikely, yet sure to be hilarious reunion between two of its stars. Is that enough of a hint? In a Q&A session during an Aquaman panel, another hint, at a celebrity fan fest in San Antonio, Texas last week, one fan asked the 6'4" Jason Momoa, would you consider doing a remake of Twins with Peter Dinklage as a possible co-star? Momoa, in his usual eloquent style, said, F that, tell me where to sign, I'm so effing in. I'm sure he said it a lot more colorfully than I did. That'd be amazing. I love that movie, he was quoted as saying. The moderator then quipped Twitter, make that happen. The original 1988 comedy stars, as I mentioned before, Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger as unlikely twin brothers who were separated at birth after a genetic experiment, only to reunite later in life. Could you imagine Momoa and Dinklage? That would be insane. Dan, you definitely would be on the list. Chrissy is saying, geez, Jason and Peter would be hilarious. I agree, that would be great. Next on the hit parade of fun, Mark Hamill says The Rise of Skywalker is his last Star Wars film. Now, Deanna wants me to make sure everybody knows this is a potential spoiler alert, okay? So I'm throwing that out there. Potential spoiler alert. Or as we say on the podcast, spoilers. Anyway, Mark Hamill has said that he's done with Star Wars, but that Luke Skywalker will be returning as a Force ghost in the forthcoming The Rise of Skywalker. It was presumed that Hamill's veteran Jedi Knight and mentor to Daisy Ridley's Rey would be making his final bow from the other side, but the often loose-lipped actor has now confirmed it. Given Obi-Wan Kenobi, Yoda, and his father Anakin all appearing as Force ghosts, it's not a surprise to most fans that Star Wars franchise that this is how Hamill's character will find his way into The Rise of Skywalker. When he asked whether the next movie set for December 20th release is the last in the current trilogy, if it would be his last Star Wars movie altogether, he said, I sure hope so, and then he laughed his butt off, apparently. When asked why, he added, well, because I had closure in the last one. The fact that I'm involved in any capacity is only because of that peculiar aspect of the Star Wars mythology, where if you're a Jedi, you get to come back and make a curtain call as a Force ghost. And that's when he let the proverbial ghost out of the bag, the cat out of the bag. Yeah, Chrissy Harding, just take my money now. I am right there with you. Okay, that's done. Moving on. Keanu Reeves has been huge as of late. Keanu just being Keanu. Keanu in all of his movies. Keanu is John Wick. Every time you turn around, there's a Keanu Reeves comment. We're no different tonight. Keanu Reeves has been approached to star in quote-unquote almost every Marvel film so far. Keanu Reeves was made to be once was made to be a Marvel superhero. He just doesn't know it yet. According to Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige, Reeves has been approached many times to join the MCU, and they're still trying to get him on board. We talked to him for almost every film we make. Feige was quoted as saying, I don't even know when, if he'll ever join the MCU, but we very much want to figure that out and the right way to do it. Please note, is there a wrong way to get Reeves into the MCU, or what would be the best way to get him in? People have been saying he should be the new Wolverine. People have been saying Moon Knight. One person even joked Deadpool. He can fight Ryan Reynolds for it and probably win. Keanu's so good in Toy Story 4, Ellen is saying. I haven't seen Toy Story 3 yet, so I want to get that one in before I go to see 4. But expect eventually for Feige to give him an offer he just can't refuse, and to see Keanu Reeves in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. My bet is probably as one of the Eternals. So you heard it here third. I don't know. I think out of the people have mentioned that in the past. J.J. Abrams is writing a Spider-Man comic book series with his son. So expect lens flare from a comic book page. Star Trek, Star Wars, and now Spider-Man. J.J. Abrams likes to add his own, sometimes interesting touch on iconic franchises. And the next one has been identified. It was announced late last week that he and his 21-year-old son, Henry, are writing a new Spider-Man comic book series. They are creating a new 5-part limited series, which will introduce a new villain named Cadaverous. This is being released in September. Abrams said the new series would show Peter Parker in a way you haven't seen him before. Like I said, on a comic book page with lens flare. If anybody can do it, JJ's the man. Henry added that the duo were trying to follow what late Marvel boss Stan Lee would do. Spider-Man is one of those superheroes where the more you read about him, for me at least, the less I understand him, he said. He's so anti-everything that you'd expect from a hero. I think Stan Lee said something about putting the human in superhuman. This is what we're trying to do. So for a Spider-Man fan like me, I'm looking forward to it. That'll be out this fall. All right. Tanya has joined the party. Hello, Tanya. And Chrissy Hardy's always saying Keanu Reeves will be John Constantine eternally for him. Speaking of comic books, coming up this week, Wednesday, as always, is New Comic Book Day. From Marvel, Avengers number 20, War of the Realms tie-in, the final battle for Midgard. Captain Marvel leads the War Avengers. Hulk battles Ulik. Blade takes on the Black Berserkers of Roxxon. Plus Daredevil, the God Without Fear, has a cryptic message that will decide the future of the team. Also, War of the Realms Uncanny X-Men number 3 of 3. The X-Men are under siege, holding the last refuge of humanity in Queens, of all places. Can they hold out through the endless winter of war, or will Sabretooth get his bloody revenge? Find out on Wednesday. From DC, Flash number 73, The Flash Year 1 will continue. As our hero picks up the pieces from his disastrous defeat at the hands of the Turtle, the rise of the rogues in Central City gives Flash renewed resolve, but Barry is still learning to master his abilities, and while an experienced speedster might know how to outrun a gun, this time he may not be so lucky. Again, find out on Wednesday about that one. And then from IDW, Dick Tracy Forever, number 3. Dick Tracy is Sisyphus, pushing the law boulder up the hill as he struggles for reason and order in a world with none. His attempts at law and order are met with crime and chaos in the form of unpredictable and absurd villains, but Dick Tracy will never give up trying, no matter the era or the incarnation. Join Eisner Award-winning creator Michael Avon Oeming on a startling case through time and space. Dick Tracy is one of those characters that just will never quite completely go away, and that's kind of cool. I dig it. Let's see. We're going to do our On This Day. On this day in 1901, the first exhibition by Pablo Picasso was opened in Paris on this day in 1901. Picasso was 19 years old at the time. On the 25th of June in 1947, the first version of Anne Frank's diary, let's see, Het Acturius. I'm going to massacre the name of this. I'll put it in the notes somewhere along the line. It was the original title of the diary of a young girl, and it was published in the Netherlands in 1947. In 1992, on the 25th of June, Les Miserables opens at the Verdi Theater in Prague. It was the first time that musical would be opened, and I think to this day it still runs. I know Dan and I have seen it on several occasions, and it is one of my personal favorites. On the 26th of June in 1997, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the first book in J.K. Rowling's best-selling series, is published. 1997, 22 years ago. Fantastic, and it's still a juggernaut franchise to this day. Movie premieres in This Week in History. In 1982, on this day, was Blade Runner. In 1985, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. And in 1987, my favorite funny movie of all time, Spaceballs. In 1989, we said hello to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. In 1996, premiered Independence Day with Will Smith. 2006, on This Week in History, was Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. In 2008, a little trash compacting robot named Wally hit the silver screen for the first time. And in 2011, Michael Bay cut loose with Transformers, Dark Side of the Moon. Birthdays this week. Let's see. Yesterday, we said happy birthday to Joss Whedon and former FC3 guest Caitlin Blackwood, the young Amelia Pond. Today, we say happy birthday to Peter Weller from RoboCop fame. Tomorrow would have been the birthday of George Orwell and June Lockhart. Chris O'Donnell celebrates a birthday on the 26th. Lens flare aficionado J.J. Abrams has a birthday on the 27th, along with Spider-Man Tobey Maguire. And on the 28th, we're going to say happy birthday to Mel Brooks, Kathy Bates, Christopher Doohan, and John Cusack. And a special, special happy birthday on June 27th to the late, great Dobby the House Elf. And there you have it. That's your Nerd World News. 20 minutes of entertainment. And just remember, I'm going to take you out where I started you off with. Read it and weep, kids. When the DM smiles, it's already too late. Remember all the events that are coming up. We will see you at the 585 Rockin' Burger Bar. We will see you at the mall for MiniCon coming up in July. We will follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, follow us wherever we go, and we will lead you to where the entertainment is. Have a great night. Have a great week. And I will see you again in 7 days. This has been Nerd World News. I'm your host, and I am Chris. Bye-bye.